There are many people that need to listen to this because you're walking under an intense burden of a personal destiny assignment. And it's from the Lord. Like the Lord actually placed a personal destiny on the inside. And you really have a calling from the Lord that's on your life. Okay. And but you're walking under an intense burden only because you've been discipled by American individualism cloaked in Christian language, instead of seeing your calling as something that you do within the context of family. Now, listen, this is where we're going to get into some of the understanding the spirit of the Antichrist, okay? I want you to say this to yourself, or you can put it in the comments. I'm called, I'm gifted, I'm assigned for a particular purpose. Okay, we all agree. Ready? That has to be walked out in family. Before you're going to reach the masses, you're going to have to manifest this to your family. Abraham, I'm going to make you a father to many nations, but you're going to have to be faithful over one son. So when God puts a personal destiny call on your life, remember that the calling that he's placing on your life, yes, you have personal responsibility, but what's on your life is for generations and for people and more than just you. It's for the people around you. It's for the people of your generation and generations down the line. So you're called, you're gifted, you're assigned to a particular purpose, but that purpose has to be walked out in the context of kingdom family. Man, I'm hoping there's some pastors and leaders that are watching this, because I'm literally giving you some blueprints to help bring your body back into some unity. When God called you, he had other people in mind to help you see it through. When God puts greatness on your life, the first thing that he does is not make you great, but surround you with greatness. Okay? Because God has never intended to have mavericks in the kingdom. God has never intended for there to be rock stars in the kingdom. God's intended for all of his people to rise up in beloved identity as the royal priesthood, a chosen nation, a peculiar people, and we're supposed to rise up together in this hour. So if you're watching this today and you say, Mark, I'm striving, it's because you've been trained to believe that your calling is a personal calling, that it has to be worked out on your own. And friend, the idea that you have to walk out your calling on your own, the idea that you have a personal calling that you have to work out yourself, this, my friend, is the seed of the Antichrist spirit. Now listen to me. I hope by now you've already shared this with some of your friends, because there's so many people that are online listening to so many voices that are preaching them into the seed of the Antichrist. They need to hear a voice calling them back to the body of Christ. So I'm asking you, share this with somebody who needs to hear it. Okay? So many people today, when I mention the Antichrist spirit, so many people today, as soon as they hear that word, they think about one man that's going to rise in the last days, that's going to create a one world government. He's going to bring a false peace to the world. And we've all heard this left behind theology. Friend, that is an unbiblical understanding of the Antichrist, because John says it for sure. There are many Antichrists that were already present when he was on the earth. There are many Antichrists that we will experience, people operating in the spirit of Antichrist. So when I say that word Antichrist, of course, that's a buzzword right now because of the current Israeli-Palestinian conflict that we're experiencing. So the subject of the Antichrist comes up. People are already making their predictions about who it is and where they're going to come from. But can I tell you, if you just take a moment, I want to tell you what really is the spirit of the Antichrist, or what we mean when we're talking about an Antichrist spirit, okay? This understanding of Antichrist actually comes from the apostle of beloved identity. His name is John the Beloved. In 1 John chapter 2, verse 18, it says, "Dear children, the end of this age is near. And you have heard that the Antichrist is arising, and in fact, many enemies of Christ have already appeared. And this is how we know that we are living in the closing hour of this age, which that's a whole nother teaching right there, because he was actually talking about the law, not the last days. He was talking about the Moses age here. He said, "For even though they were once a part of us, they withdrew from us because they were never really of our number." I hope you're tracking with me here. He says, "For even though they were once a part of us, they withdrew from us because they were never really of our number. For if they had truly belonged to us, they would have continued with us. By leaving our community of believers, they made it obvious they never really belonged to us. But the Holy One has anointed you, and you all know the truth. So I'm writing you not because you don't know the truth, but because you do know it, and no lie belongs to the truth." So in other words, John says, if you want to know what the spirit of Antichrist is, it's people that refuse to be joined with the community of believers. Oh, this is strong. This is strong because it's so easy for the enemy to make you focus on a political figure that we've called the Antichrist, and you miss the true spirit of Antichrist. Let me tell you something. People that are anti the fellowship of the saints, people that are anti being joined to spiritual authority, people that are anti being joined to the body of Christ or to a community of believers. First John, the apostle John, who walked with Jesus, put his head on the breast of Jesus, and was the one who said he was the one whom Jesus loved. Listen to me. That man said the spirit of Antichrist is seen in those who are anti being joined to a community of believers.